Pioneer viewers, we continue to bring you all the developments regarding Russia-Ukraine war. As you know, the war has been going on for a long time while the parties continue their mutual attacks. On the other hand, different developments are taking place. The war, which international politics is closely interested in, is at the center of the world. European countries and the US are particularly interested in Ukraine. And in times of the war, states need to make realistic and logical moves. Adventurous moves often have harmful consequences, and therefore, in a critical period, such as a war, state leaders should consider the best option for the good of their people. Kiev has taught that the war a lesson in diplomacy and management during the war. The Kiev government, which took very important decisions in critical days, for the good of the Ukrainian people, owes its success to this. The Kyiv government took a real stand against the Russian invasion and managed to maintain it. Making a good statement recently, Zelensky stated that Ukraine is making new plans. When the Ukrainian army stated counterattacks, the Russian army was taken by surprise. The strategic plans of the Kyiv administration caused great concern to the Russian army in Moscow. The biggest factor in the successes of the Ukrainian army was the near-perfect execution of the plan. The Ukrainian army aimed to increase its gains by making bigger plans. Preparations for this have been going on for a long time, and the fact that Russia has not yet withdrawn its troops from the Ukrainian territory and continues its occupation is not acceptable for Kyiv administration. The Kyiv administration will continue its attacking until the last occupying Russian soldiers leaves Ukraine. Recently, an attack was organized by the Ukrainian army, and as a result of the attack on the identified Russian target, the target was destroyed, and the Ukrainian army, which successfully destroyed another critically important target, has stated that new attacks will be carried out. Now, if you're ready, let's examine the latest developments together. As the Pioneer team, we continue to report on Russia-Ukraine war. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so that you don't miss our daily map reports and reports on the agenda. Please continue to share your ideas about our content in the comments with us. Let's start, if you are ready, the Pioneer reports. Recently, an incredible attack was carried out by the Ukrainian army. After the attack, Russian troops went on high alert. As a result of the Ukrainian army's attacks, many targets were neutralized. In addition, the images published on social media after the attack reached thousands of people in a short time. Social media users made many comments on this image. Details about the attack emerged, and Ukraine's attacks on the Russian aviation training center near Bergoletsk in the Voronezh region hit a target just kilometers away from the secret Russian nuclear storage facility. According to the information obtained after the attack, the Chkalov Aviation Training Center is located less than 45 kilometers from the closed military city of Voronezh 11, where the Russian nuclear weapons are stored. And the Ukrainian army is increasing its offensive potential every day. The Russian army, on the other hand, is failing to prevent Ukrainian attacks. And the latest attack further highlights the risk of the dangers associated with the Ukrainian attacks on the Russian territory, which began shortly after Russia began its occupation and now have grown in scope and range in the recent month. Numerous videos have emerged showing a large explosion hitting the area where the pilot training center is located and the damage to production facilities by the Ukrainian officials. Andrei Yusuf, a representative of the Ukrainian Main Intelligence Directorate of Ukraine, told the radio channel that they would not disclose details, but he said that according to the preliminary information, the main production facilities of the enterprise were badly damaged, and the Russian Defense Ministry issued a statement shortly after claiming that 2 enemy drones had been destroyed by air defenses in the Voronezh region. According to the United Nations data, the aviation center attacked by the drones is located on Nordiana Street, less than 12 miles from the Voronezh 45, home to one of Russia's 7 known nuclear weapons storage facilities. In 2024, Ukraine stepped up heavily, damaging drone and sabotage attacks against the Russian military sites, refineries and manufacturing. The last successful attacks were recorded as deep as 800 miles from the Ukrainian borders, and drones of strategically important Russian military installations and oil facilities appear to be within reach for Ukraine. Kiev is making plans for the mass production of new drones with even longer range and potentially exceeding 1,800 miles. As the Ukrainian counterattacks continue successfully, and important statements come from the Ukrainian leader. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky confirmed to journalists the other day that Kyiv is planning a new counteroffensive in its war with Russia. In an exclusive interview, Zelensky said that Ukraine has a plan for counterattacks, but he emphasized that such an effort must be backed by modern weapons and support from the Western countries. Zelensky specifically called out the United States. Nothing than military aid for Kyiv has been delayed for months by Republicans in Congress. House Speaker Mike Johnson recently stated that he plans to move forward soon on $95 billion foreign aid deal passed by the Senate in February, but Ukraine's financing has become an obstacle on Johnson's side as he faces backlash from members of his own party. Yes, there are more people in Russia, more weapons, Zelensky said, but the United West has modern weapons systems, so we will acquire certain technologies, and if we continue to increase production, if we get licenses from our partners, then it's not about the number of people, it would be about the quality of weapons, he said. Ukrainian Lieutenant General Alexander Pavliuk, commander of the Kiev's ground forces, made an important statement when he appeared on Ukrainian national television last month. He said Ukraine's top priority right now was to stabilize the front line and destroy as many Russian troops as possible. For now, the Kyiv army is implementing its plan, but the big plan seems to be a long way off. Throughout the war, the Ukrainian army and its leadership have fought for many gains. Ukraine's fight against the occupation has been appreciated by many stakeholders. Ukraine wants and is fighting for more, and therefore it needs to make its moves very carefully. So what do you think about the Ukrainian army's attacks on the Russian target? How do you interpret the Ukrainian army's access to the Russia's interior? And what do you think about the Ukrainian leader Zelensky's statements? More importantly, what do you think Ukraine's new counterattack plans will look like? And we care about your opinion, so please share it with us.